Hey there. So I wanted to share with you some strategies for social media. Um, 5 strategies, but there's a little bonus in there as well. So I actually attended a webinar by Worre, who is the author of Go Pro, which I highly recommend if you have never read the Go Pro book. Here it is. You can get it on Amazon. And he is basically a network marketing professional, and he goes around and trains people on how to do network marketing. So I wanted to attend this webinar so that I could bring back some of these points for you all, and hopefully this will help you as you're posting on social media. So people go on social media to attract customers, to share their products. They go to look for people that they can add to their teams. But really, a lot of people are there for entertainment. We use our social media now as our TV. I know my kids, they don't watch TV per se. We don't even have a physical TV in my house anymore. They use screens to stream Netflix or Amazon or things like that for their kids' programming. So everything has kind of changed through the eyes of social media. It's now our form of entertainment as well as our form of communication with other people. So how many times do we actually pick up the phone and talk to somebody or meet them in person? It is far and few between. Now we just pick up our phones and we message, or we go on Facebook and we see what they're up to. We no longer have as much interpersonal communication with other people like we used to. So right now, people are using social media so much for network marketing that it's getting kind of a bad name. So network marketers are looked as annoying. They can be looked at as, just constantly spamming with advertisements for their products or for their groups or whatever they are doing. So for us, it might be, challenge group posts and coaching posts constantly. And so what the tips are here is strategies that you can use so that you're not becoming this advertising spamming robot, but you are actually sharing life and sharing your story and connecting with other people so that they can be asking you about your products or joining your team, or it will open up those doors because you are creating friendships and relationships with other people. And of course, we are in the relationship building business. So this is what we do. Now, number 1 is identify your passions. Outside of what we do with Beachbody, with health and fitness, what are your 5 passions, 3 to 5 passions that are not directly related to the business? You can probably think of a few right off the top of your head. And if you ask other people who know you, ask them, what are my passions? They're going to be able to tell you what you talk about the most, what you're doing the most of, and what really lights your fire. So obviously for me, when people think about me, they think about runner. Okay, that's what I do. That I identify myself a lot with that. I hope they think of adoption and how I talk about my kids and my family and just family life. My faith, we talk about clean eating a lot and pictures of my food. I asked my husband, what do I talk about? What's my passion? He's like, taking pictures of your food. I was like, okay, so clean eating. Yeah, that's a passion of mine. So think about, yes, that ties in with health and fitness, and so does running, but those are things that I would do before I started being a coach and what I would do if I weren't a coach still. So those are some things I'm passionate about. Maybe for you, it's horseback riding. Maybe it's art. Maybe it's music. Maybe it's, praise and worship at your church, or maybe it's taking care of little kids, or, I don't know what it is for you, but whatever that passion is, make sure you write it down, because this is what you're going to do. You are going to be talking about and posting about your passions. Forget about, what you have to post 3 to 5 times a day because it's for your business. Just be you and post about your passions. So Today I use this as an example, and I realized I really do need to share more about Show Hope, an organization that really helped our family with adoption and with taking care of Mia before we even got her. And that is a huge passion of mine and part of where my income goes every single week. So I need to be talking more about that so that people see that, and then I can have those connections with people outside of just Beachbody, that it gives people something else to connect with you about. So I have friends that are strictly runner friends. I have friends that I have met through the adoption process, and I have friends that just through church and other faith-based things that I have been doing. So those are all ways to expand your market, is to get involved with those passions on social media by posting about them, by talking to others that are also interested in those things. And that's how you're going to find your tribe, is finding those people that are passionate about the same things that you are. So these are also great things that you can do for free group ideas. They don't have to all be clean eating and fitness related free groups. You can run your free groups based around whatever you're passionate about. So I actually did a 5K running free group one time. And, you know, if you can just kind of brainstorm and think these things out, you can actually turn it into a way that you can meet more people and expand your market. So strategy number 1 is identify your passions. Number 2, so the second thing is friends first, business second. Write it down. Friends first, business second. I think so often we jump in from, hi, how you doing, to join my challenge group without building that relationship first. And there was another training that I was involved in where I was talking about Instagram, and I was talking about expanding to the UK. And in that training, the coach said, so you need to like 5, I think she got this from Shalene Johnson too, but like 5, comment on 2, direct message 1. Each week for 2 weeks before you even talk to them anything about the business. So that's a good strategy to have in place, that you're wanting to build relationships and actually get to know people. So the interactions that you have with people, that is what's going to prompt them to ask you what you do for a living, or ask you about something they saw you post about. And in return, if they don't ask, it opens the doorway a lot of times through conversation of, say, hey, I was just thinking about it. I have this free group that's coming up soon. I think you'd really like it. Would you be interested in joining it? It's going to be very authentic, very casual, because you have now a relationship with that person. So a good rule of thumb is build relationships for at least 2 weeks before you invite them to something else. So start now is basically what I'm saying. Start now so that you will have more people to draw from, and more relationships and more friendships before you even get into the business. You want to build authentic relationships first. So number 2 is friends first, business second. Number 3, be yourself. Be yourself. Be authentic. Be who you are. You know, nobody wants to be watching posts or listening to someone who is constantly negative or putting things down, or, you know, using controversial topics and stuff like that. Be positive, but be you. You know, you're going to have some down days. You're going to have days where not everything goes right, because that is real life. As long as your posts aren't constantly, you know, downers that people don't want to follow you anymore. But be authentic. Be your best self. Okay, think about that. Just think of this tip as be your best self. And I think that's why we do personal development. That's why we make it one of the vital behaviors, is that you want to constantly be learning and growing and becoming a better version of yourself, both, you know, mentally through feeding your mind positivity and, you know, the personal development and what you're reading and listening to, but also through your workouts and your meal planning and all of that stuff, is to help you become your best self. And that's really what helps you to help others as well. You want to inspire other people through the photos that you use. Think about your profile picture. Is it you? Number 1, is it you in your profile picture? Number 2, are you smiling? Is it something that's attractive to other people? I'm not saying go out and go get cover photos done or whatever, or headshots done just for your profile picture, but is it a great, inspiring picture of you smiling and showing life. And the same thing goes with your cover picture. Are you being your best self? And then, so number 3 is be yourself, be your best self. Number 4 is manage your time well. I think a lot of times we struggle in this area, myself included. Time management is one of those things I can never get enough training on, because it is so easy to, when you're using social media, to get drug into just scrolling, get into what other people are doing on there. Excuse me. And you need to write out your own agenda. You need to drive your agenda so that when you're on social media, you're getting your work done. It's not a matter of, I'm just going to scroll around and look at some stuff. No, you have a to-do list. You have a list of what you need to do, that power hours in front of you, and you're knocking things off your list. You are going to be social on purpose, okay? Take the time to write out your list each day, or I put mine in my phone so that it will repeat each day, and knock off the things on your list. Be social on purpose so that you're not wasting all of your time that you have. So number 4 is time management. Make sure you're getting those things done in a timely manner, that you have a list together, and that you're knocking things off your list. Number 5 is don't spam your company. So I don't want to see like Beachbody this and that, and Beachbody logos, and 21-day fix challenge pack, and BOD, and all of this stuff. Don't spam your company. Do create curiosity. So I have used my Energize with the label turned around on the shaker cup, and use Boomerang on my Instagram stories or on Facebook stories. And so I'm showing what I'm doing each morning of shaking up my Energize, but I'm not saying what it is or what I'm doing, but that's what I do every morning. So that's curiosity marketing, so that someone's like, I wonder what that stuff is. Why does she keep doing that every morning? So create curiosity in your post. You don't have to be like, join my team, join my team. Say, I love that I get to, and then fill out the blank. I love that I get to help people see results. I love that I get to pick up my kids from school and not anyone else. I love that my family has been able to take a vacation, expenses paid. I love that I didn't have to worry about would there be money in the bank for groceries this week. I love seeing my friends and family getting results from their own hard work. I love that I now have portions under control because of a system that I love. I love that, fill in the blank. What is it that you love? That creates curiosity marketing. So take a note to write down all of the things that you love about coaching and about challenge groups and what you do, and make posts around that. I love that I get to, and fill in the blank. We're not spamming the company. We're not spamming our products. We're not throwing, all of these pictures out there of Beachbody On Demand or Shakeology, but we are talking about what we love and creating that curiosity. All right, so here's a couple tips, extra tips. So beyond the 5, here were some bonuses. Number 6 is don't be boring. Be interesting. So I have really been trying to do this because I'm kind of like a logical person, and you tell me to do something, I'm just going to do it. So creativity is not something that comes naturally to me. So I feel like a lot of times I can get boring, I can get stale on my social media. So it really does take effort for me to find things that are interesting. I mean, aside from just posting everyday life about my kids or whatever else, but make sure that you are making your social media interesting for your followers, whether that is providing tips and value and recipes and things like that. Give them something that makes them want to come back. Maybe it's humor, maybe it's gifts, maybe it's, I don't know, but something that will make people laugh, make them come back and want to keep following you. Be interesting, not boring. And the last one is decide that you will master and learn those things that you need to know to build your business. So plan, do, and then review. If you guys don't have a plan, then that's already the number one problem. So every single week, I have a plan in my Miracle Morning Journal that I write down, okay, these are the top 3 to 5 goals that I have for the week that I will do no matter what. And I write those out on first thing Monday morning. And then last thing on Sunday is I go back and I review. Did I hit those goals? And through the week, I can check some of them off of what my goals were. And as I accomplish them, it makes me feel really good to be able to check those off. And then as I end the week, I can then review and talk about, okay, so what were my accomplishments? What were my disappointments? And what am I committed to do different next week? So that is on a weekly basis. On a monthly basis, I have already shared with you a marketing calendar and how I plan out my month ahead of time so that I can get blog posts together. So I know what I'm inviting to next. And the same thing goes for your to-do list. Every day I have a to-do list of little things that I need to get done every day. So plan first, do it, actually do it, and then review. Plan, do, review. That was the last tip that I had. So these are some things that I think will really help us when we're going forward in our social media and just taking them to heart. So hopefully you took notes. If not, you can go back through and watch this, and hopefully it will help you as you were doing your posts today, tomorrow, and through the rest of this week. Thanks.